Good morning all, happy Friday. It is Friday the 9th of January, your first week back, or first week back at work for most of you is just about done. You're just about done. We're heading to the first weight loss weekend of 2026. I'll say this, and I'll keep repeating it. I can't emphasize it enough. A lot of weight loss journeys are made and broken at the weekend. We put all this hard work in during the week, and then it gets to the weekend, and you simply chuck it all in the bin. And we've got to stop that. We've got to cut that absolute nonsense out. Yeah, we've got to cut that nonsense out. 7 days in a week, not 5. So just always remember that. Always remember that. If you're someone that normally is a bit inconsistent with tracking at the weekend, or don't, I know loads of people, I track Monday to Friday and then I'm just a bit better at the weekend. Are you really just a bit better at the weekend, or you're just using that as an excuse because you know your weekends just go a little bit crazy? Anyway, I'm doing all right this week. I have banked up to now 2,200 calories. That doesn't include today. I've been talking this week about the hunger demons hitting. They've hit me this morning. I woke up I was hungry when I woke up. Physical hunger, maybe. I've not eaten loads this week. Psychological hunger, definitely. There's always, when the hunger demons hit, there's always a chunk of psychological hunger. Always a chunk of psychological hunger, I think. And there's never always a chunk of physical hunger. There's always a chunk of psychological hunger. But yeah, I literally, I woke up hungry and I was like, oh, it's going to be one of those days. But being the super duper weight loss coach that I am, I'm fully prepped for it. I've just had a great big yogurt bowl for my breakfast. I've got the same lunch that I had yesterday, I'm having for my dinner. I've got my bloody broccoli. I've been into Aldi and I forgot half the things. Anyway, it's all right. I've got the veggies I can have. Can you have sprouts with red Thai curry? Because that is what I'm going to be having. Anyway, that'll get some comments on social media later. Anyway, I'm having my red Thai curry. I haven't got 100 grams of broccoli, so I'll be having 100 grams of sprouts with it. For lunch, for tea, we're having smash. I'm having double. I think I'm having double. I'll see. It depends if I have afternoon snack or not. Double 5% smash burger, lettuce, tomato, onion, cheese, tomato sauce, lighter than light, mayonnaise. And then I'm doing the little cube chips I did the other night. I think it was Tuesday night that I had on my roast pork dinner. I'm making them again. And we're going to have those with 5% smash burgers. So that's making today. Decent amount of volume, lots of fiber, lots of protein. I'll probably chuck a whey whip bowl in this afternoon as well. And I'm perfectly happy not to bank calories today. So I eat 2,600 calories a day on average. I've eaten below that so far this week to the tune of 2,200. So if I eat my daily average today, 2,600, I'm still taking 2,200 into the weekend. And I'm not planning on having that much of a calorific weekend. To be honest with you, I don't feel like I need one. I've just had 2 weeks of overindulgence. I don't need like a big calorific weekend. We've got no plans on. I'm having fish and chips tomorrow night. Right. Sunday night for tea, we're having sausage mash and onion gravy. I'll be having yogurt bowl tomorrow for breakfast. I'll be having yogurt bowl. I'm having crunchy nut cornflakes on Sunday for breakfast. I'm going back to my sugary cereal on a Sunday morning. I enjoy sugary cereal. All right, crunchy nuts, Frosties, Cocoa Pops, whatever you fancy. Once a week's all good. So I'm having that Sunday morning. Anyway, there we go. We're all good. The plan's good. Right, let's go through, see if there's a top 5 on TikTok this morning. Cam's in at number 1, Peter P's in at number 2, Jane's in at number 3, Mr. John Jackson is in at number 4, and Faye is in at number 5. Good morning, guys. You're my top 5. Lost my train of thought. You're my top 5 this morning. Anis, good morning, mate. Kelly C, good morning. Jackie, morning. £3 off for me. It's only £1 of my Christmas gain to get off. Brilliant, Jackie. Soon. Weight that comes on quick comes off quick. Yeah. I got a KFC plan for Sunday and an oven pizza for tomorrow night plan. Looking forward to it. Sounds great, Cal. KFC have got a new, well, I'm thinking of doing, right? So I've not done a worth of calories on tour for a few weeks, right? I'm thinking of doing a triple threat one next week. And I'll tell you why. McDonald's have got their new secret menu out, and I want to try the Surf and Turf burger, which is 571 calories. KFC have got a new hot honey range out, which I also want to try. And there is also now a 276 calorie burger at Five Guys, and they basically use lettuce instead of a bun, and you get a single. So I think so. Anyway, Deepdale at Preston, McDonald's, KFC, Five Guys are all within. So I'm thinking of doing like a triple threat. I might call it something like Ronald McCurnell Guys. Right? So I can try the Surf and Turf from Mackey's, the KFC hot honey burger, and see what the 276 calorie thing. I can do a triple threat worth of calories on tour. So I might do that. I might do that next week. I won't be able to eat all of everything. I don't think. We'll see where the calories are and what day I do it on. But anyway, what do you reckon? Do I do a triple threat? There's also there Greg's. I don't know if they've got anything new out. There's also Nando's. I don't think they've got anything new out. There's a Costa. Don't know if they've got anything new out. There used to be a Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut's gone bust, I think. Or some Pizza Huts have gone bust. The Pizza Hut at Deepdale's gone pop anyway. It's not there anymore. And then I could also nip across because there's an M&S food there and get some of their new. They've got like a new nutrient-dense range and a new protein and a few of the bits and pieces. So I'm going to get some bits of content. So might do that next week. Anyway, do you track your weight on NutriCheck too or elsewhere? No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with tracking your weight on NutriCheck. If you went to your thing, I have my own progress sheet that I use for all my clients. So all my clients have their own progress sheet. So when they check in with me, I fill it in. They send me their details over WhatsApp, and I fill it in for them, and it creates a little graph and everything. If you've watched my weekly weight loss vlogs, you can see it on there. And I just have my own progress sheet that I fill in myself, really, that I track. Now, don't get me wrong, I use Renfo Scales. So Renfo Scales is an app. Your app attaches to the scale. So every time you weigh yourself, every time I weigh myself on my Renfo Scales, the weight uploads. The weight uploads to where does it upload to? To the app, right? So it saves on there. But then I log it myself on a progress sheet. So I've got all the data together, and then I also have a graph that's created. If anyone wants one of those, you simply need to sign up to a one-to-one plan. 15 quid to sign up. You'll get your own progress sheet with your own graphs. You can see on paper how you're doing. I fill it in for you. You don't need to fill it in. You don't need to do anything. You just need to do what I tell you to do and follow the plan. Basically, you do that, then you'll get the results. The scales will consistently come down, and your graph will be in a lovely in the direction that you want it to be in. Right, so yeah, I could enter it into NutriCheck as well if I wanted to, but no, I have my own progress sheet that I have online. Morning, boss. We survived the storm in Cornwall, but lots of damage around us. Yeah, it was really bad down your way yesterday. I hope everyone's all right. Yes, to the sprouts, just roast them, be delicious. Oh, that's a good idea. I don't know if I'll have time. I will have time because I've got to boil some new potatoes, which take 10, 15 minutes. So I could parboil the sprouts for 5 minutes and then whack them in the air fryer for a few minutes, couldn't I? Ooh, that might be a shout, Leanne. I like that one. Vicky on Facebook, do you do your yogurt bowls the night before so the frozen berries thaw? No. So literally, depending on when I'm going to have my yogurt, I either ping the frozen berries in the microwave, right? So basically, like this morning, I did Rachel's yogurt bowl. She has strawberries and blueberries. I had raspberries and blueberries. She don't like raspberries, so I did her strawberries. Strawberries are bigger. So I put 75 grams of frozen strawberries into a bowl, 1 minute on high in the microwave, and then put 75 grams of blueberries. They're obviously a lot smaller, so they're only, and then I did it for another 30 seconds on high. And the fruit, I would say, from that is 80% thawed out. Still quite cold, still a little bit of frozen bits. It's a microwave, so you'll actually still get a bit of warm bits as well. But when you mix all the yogurt in, it chills everything down. Now, could you make your yogurt? Now, actually, and then my fruit this morning, we went to the gym at 7:15. So when I got up at 6:30, I nipped in the kitchen and I weighed my fruit out and left it in a bowl on the side. I didn't know Rachel wanted the yogurt bowl at the time. She said she wasn't going to bother with breakfast this morning, but she was hungry when we come back from the gym, so I made her one. So I went to the gym at 7:15. We were back for 9:15. So my fruit was pretty much like thawed out-ish anyway. But no, I'll just ping it in the microwave. You could make them the night before if you're pushed for time in the morning or whatever. And in all honesty, you don't, I never know why I do this, right? Frozen fruit does not need to be kept frozen, right? And I would say I go through 3 bags of strawberries, 2 bags of blueberries, and 1 bag of frozen raspberries a week. Well, that's what I'll do at the end of this week, right? I'll have done 3 bags of frozen strawberries, 2 bags of frozen blueberries, and 1 bag of frozen raspberries by the end of it. You can buy them frozen and just leave them in your fridge, so they're permanently thawed out, right? You don't need to keep frozen fruit frozen, right? So, and I always keep it frozen, and I ping it in the microwave, and I'm like, why don't you just put it in the fridge? Or, you know, if you want, get a big tub, right? Get a big tub. If you like strawberries and raspberries, put 2 bags of strawberries in, 1 big bag of raspberries in, shake it all up, leave it in the fridge, and then it's permanently defrosted. You can just spoon it into your bowl, you know, in portion as you were when you do yoga. I always keep it frozen. I think it's one of them, like, ones if I don't use it, yeah, but even if you defrost it in the fridge, it'll still last for a week. Do you know what I mean? It's fruit. Been home bargains and got 4 packs of Twix crispy rolls. I need to go. I need to go and get some more. I've only had them from. I go to. Is it a one stop? It is a one stop. You know, there's loads of little branded shops in there. Like the one in our next village is Nisa. Anyway, one stop in Kirkham. Literally is one of my go-tos for sending parcels because they do everything. They do absolutely everything apart from InPost. They do Yodel, they do UPS, they do DHL, every DP, they do the lot. So I got that, and it's an amazing shop for like little bits and pieces. Like I got the wild raspberry American from there on Sunday night, because I took a couple of parcels in, a few bits that I sold on Vinted. So yeah, I took out everything in there, and they've had I always get them crispy rolls because you always have them like at the front, like, you know, the temptation tables that they have at the front of shops. Like they're not allowed to have them in supermarkets anymore, are they? They're not allowed to have chocolate and stuff by the tills, but little shops can do what the hell they want. So you're like, oh, that looks good. Oh, I love that. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, we'll have that. And they are brilliant. They are so good. And they're like 150 calories for 2, aren't they? Such good portion control. Morning. Sorry I'm late. Been on snowman building duties. Oh, where's his? I was flicking through my Instagram stories last night, and I've got people on my Instagram from all over the country. It seems to be very much Midlands, like Stoke, Staffordshire, Birmingham area was getting a lot of snow yesterday. Where else has had snow? We've got nothing. Right, we've had no snow. It's still very cold, but no snow. It's not rained either, though. It's been really dry here. Did I just hear you say a wild raspberry monster? No, Matt. Sorry, it's a wild passion, ultra wild passion. It's called, and it's just one stopping. There might be another. Like, I was just in my. And I wouldn't have seen it. I went into one stop in Kirkham on Sunday night to post some parcels, and it was like 6 deep, people queuing in a little shop. I don't know what. There must be something about 6 o'clock or 5:30 on a Sunday evening where people go to the little convenience shop. And because of that, the queue was down past the fridges where the drinks are. So I was just stood there minding my own business, and that monster popped out. It was £3. It was £3. And it's an American import one because it's got the American nutritional label on it. 10 calories a can. Don't track it. It was really good. Really good. If you like passion fruit, it was really, really good. Premier Near Me does quite a lot of the American ones, so $2.99. Yeah, and I need to go, and I'll go and have a look. Actually, I go to Cleveland's quite a bit, so I need to go and have a look. I followed anyone that's local to me. Matt will probably know this spot anyway because he's from Cleveland. He's Matt 92_92. I'm not going to give his address away, but he's from that area. Over Christmas, I went to. I've got onto a group like Blackpool Takeaway Food Reviews or something like that because I'm looking for a little bit. I'm no longer in Cleveland. No, he's no longer in Cleveland. He's moved out, right? So there you go. He's secret location. Anyway, Matt used to be in Cleveland, so I don't know where his premiere is. You'll have to message me. Message me. Where's this premiere where there's loads of American monsters in? As long as they're ultras, I don't do the sugary ones. Anyway. Cleveland's. So I've joined this food review group, getting a bit of inspiration for Worth the Calories on Tour people that are saying, oh, this place is good food in my local area. Anyway, saw loads of people over Christmas. Oh, I really fancy a good kebab. Where's a good kebab? You get it all the time on these food groups, don't you? Anyway, loads of people tagged. I think it's called the Best Kebab in Cleveland's. It's on the same side as Spoons. 2-minute walk up from Spoons. Wow. I'm telling you now, I love Armet's. I love Armet's in Lytham. Great kebab. You've got the Armenian Kebab House in Blackpool, which I've not been actually for ages, but that used to be a top kebab. You've got Cyprus in Polton around my area. It used to be a top kebab. The best kebab is the best onomy I have had. It was unbelievably good donomy. It was so, so good. So if you're in my area and you want a good kebab, Blackpool, you're willing to have Cleveland's, Fleetwood, I suppose, Thornton, Polton, the best in Cleveland's. It's pretty much, I think it's like pretty much opposite the Little Sainsbury's, maybe not that far up. Anyway, absolutely. What about Mr. G's? Never had one, but that best, Mr. G's used to be Little Italia, didn't it? He's now Mr. G's. There's Mr. G's in Kirkham as well. There's a few of them. I've never tried it. Little Italia used to be good. Right, Little Italia used to be good, right? So I don't know if Mr. G's is just to say Little Italia used to be great in Cleveland. It's really, really good for a kebab. Best kebab, blows it out of the water. The donomy was sensational. There's no such thing as a good kebab. Don't tell lies, Kevin. Don't tell lies. You're better than that, right? You're better than that. Still the same people, just change the name. Okay, so. It'll probably still be decent. If it's the same, Little Italia, good. The best, blew it out of the water. Honestly, the best donomy I've had. Better than Armet's in Lytham, better than Cyprus in Polton, better than the Armenian in Blackpool. Honestly, it was unbelievably good. I'm craving one. I'm going to go back and I might have one again this weekend. More than absolutely freezing waters one. Yes, I've got my big. If this is on the top of a woolly hat, you know it's cold, right? And this is one hell of a warm hat, right? It is Baltic. It is still so, so cold. I remember this last year, actually. It was absolutely freezing, right? I remember last year, I said to her, I'm sick of being cold. I'm sick of being cold. I remember saying it for like Jan, Feb, March, probably into April last year. The knock-on of that was the summer was amazing. Like, it's so dry at the moment. Like, we've hardly had any, we've had bits where it's absolutely lashed it down for a day here and there. But Christmas, how amazing was the weather over Christmas? Freezing cold, but it didn't rain for like 2 weeks. Well, it didn't around here where I live. So if the weather stays this dry and this cold, I'm happy with it. I'm all right with it. I'll still moan about it. And if that just then means it's going to be this dry, but then warmer, because we had such an amazing summer last summer. Anyway, there we go. Don't listen to Kevin. He's a carrot. You don't know what he's talking about. You don't know what he's talking about, unfortunately. There's definitely a good thing as a good kebab. You've never been to Greece or Turkey, my man, if you don't think there's a good kebab. We've got snow in Derby, right? So you're on that belt, aren't you? Stoke, Derby, Leicester, Midlands. with that middle belt. Yeah, we don't really get snow here anyway. Very, very, very rare. The odd smattering. Just said checking over was running late. Not a problem, Kelly. I've done a couple this morning actually early on, but we're at the gym quite early. Brilliant checking today. I've had a big loss off that holiday. Xmas weight. Brilliant, Pete. Yeah, I'm going to get my head down, stuck into check-ins very, very shortly. I'm only doing a quick 5 McKernel. I like that, Anis. We like that. Bring the names in. If I'm going to do 5 guys, McDonald's, and if I'm going to do 5 guys, McDonald's and KFC for a worth of calories, I need a combined name. So 5 McKernel. Chip away, good morning. Lito, you good? Have I missed anything else? That's what I'm trying, that hot honey drip burger thing. Yeah, I'm all over that. All over that. Week back tracking, making better choices. A week back at gym classes, £6 loss, over the moon. Yeah, I'm going to confess, I got on the scales this morning. I've been resisting all week. I really, really have. I tell you, I was trying to go to, so my official check-in is a week today, but I got kind of my start weight from 2026, last Friday. And I was like, and it is an addiction. I'm telling you now, I'm not perfect. I'm 12 years into my journey. And I was like, just leave the scales alone and just think how good it'll be when you get on the scales in 2 weeks and you're back down to your pre-Christmas weight after 2 weeks. Anyway, they were talking to me this morning, and it was like, I'll tell you why I got on them. And again, it's not the right reasons for doing it. It really, really isn't. But I kind of feel, I don't feel much different to last Friday, right? That's why, right? Now, I've peed a lot this week. I've got back to me calorie deficit. Everything's on plan. But it's psychological. I don't feel any different. I actually felt a bit bloated this morning. And I thought, I'm going to get on the scales. They're not going to have moved, right? And that'll give me a right kick up the bum to get serious. And I'm like, what are you talking about, Neil? You've literally averaged about 2,100 calories or 2,000. So far this week, I've averaged just over 2,000 calories a day, right? I'm at the gym every day this week. I've smashed my steps in every day well, actually, Tuesday was a bit rubbish because it was sheet ice in the morning, and then it did actually lash it down a bit in the evening. I say a bit rubbish. I still did 8,500, but I didn't hit my 10K. But on average, I'm averaging well over 11,000 steps this week. I've tracked my calories perfectly. My nutrition's been really, really good. I don't think my hydration's been the best. That's the only thing I feel I can work on. But it's all in here. It's psychological. Anyway, I got on the scales this morning, £7 off. So I was 13.2 pounds up from Christmas last Friday. Got on the scales this morning and £7 off already. So over half my Christmas weight gone. My official check-in, I'm not logging that weight. It's just, and it has had a good effect, to be honest with you, because it spurred me on. I'm like, it stopped me, and I keep saying this to you guys, you don't need to go to extremes. And it could have had a negative effect. I could have gone on those scales and he couldn't have moved. And I might have done what some of you guys are thinking of doing. Oh, I'll go and eat 2,000 calories a day, or I'll over-restrict myself this weekend. It's not. And in all honesty, I've done this for such a long period of time. I don't know why I doubt myself, but that's your head, isn't it? That's your head sometimes. Anyway, there you go. £7 already gone. Will that, and there'll be hardly any fat loss in there. I only started back on Monday. Right? I've only been at it, 96 hours. Right. So, and don't get me wrong, I say, will that be hardly any fat loss? So I burn 3,500 calories a day, which means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I have burnt 14,000 calories. And I've eaten 8.5. So actually there'll be like £1.5 of fat loss in there. So 5.5. So £7 gone, £1.5 of fat loss, £5.5 of excess food and water weight. Is there still excess food and water weight in my system? Yeah, 100%. Definitely is. I would say definitely 2 or 3 pounds, I reckon, which would mean there's 3 pounds of body fat in my system. So by this time next week, which is my official weigh-in, I'll have done another 7 days calorie deficit, 7,000 calories. So I'm kind of hoping next week, and this is what I said at the beginning of the week, I'd be a couple of pounds up. So I'd like to do another 4 pounds off by next Friday. It's not going to be the whoosh that I've just had of 7, right? I say that, you never know, it might be, but I can't see it being. I'm happy with 4. That's my target. So if I got on the scales next Friday and I'm 2 pounds up from Christmas, I'm all good with that. I'm definitely then not going to weigh myself for the next 2 weeks. I will leave the scales alone then. And then from February, I'll probably start this, like I say, kind of muscle building phase. I don't know how to describe it. Basically, what I'm going to do February, March into April is I'm going to go small calorie deficit, and I'm going to increase my calorie intake simply by protein shakes. So I'm going to massively ramp up my my protein intake, and then what I'm going to do in the gym is I'm going to get my logbook out again. So I don't really log my workouts. I kind of know in my head where I need to be. Well, I'm going to get my logbook out again and work on progression. So, you know, week 1, shoulder pressing, I don't know, 22 kilo dumbbells. And then week 3, we're going to up it to 24s, up it to 20, blah, 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 blah. You know, week 1, bench pressing 80, 90 key or whatever. When we're trying to, you know, I'm just going to work on progression of building my strength up a little bit. And that in turn will break my body down more, my muscles down more. And that in turn should increase muscle mass with the increase of protein intake. So that's what I'm kind of going to do for 10 weeks. So the mission is to stay the same in weight, trim a little bit of body fat out, increase muscle mass. So weight loss is not going to be the you know, so really we're hopefully going to Benidorm for Rachel's birthday, the 15th of April. So I kind of want to be the same weight 15th of April as I was 1st of Feb, but mass wise, body fat wise, I should be slightly less. Muscle mass wise, I should be slightly more. And that'll counterbalance the scales. That's kind of, I think, what my goal was going to be. I went to the doctors. I went to see my orthopedic surgeon on Wednesday. And, you know, from my MRIs, now he's got all the data. I didn't know if he'd be like, nope, you need to lose more weight. We need to do this, do that. And he was like, nah, I'm dead happy with where you're at. You're 6 foot odd. You carry a decent amount of muscle mass. You blah, blah, blah. And the plan is for me to live with my current knees for 10 years. That's what he wants me to try and do. He wants me to try and prolong my current knees for 10 years till I'm 55, right? So we're going to go with these viscous injections in each knee to start off with. We might alternate that with cortisone every 6 to 12. So viscous, and then 6, 12 months down the line, depending on where my knee pain is, cortisone, 6, 12 months down the line, viscous, and something like that, like just to try and keep the arthritis at bay. So basically, I've got the joints of an 80-year-old, is what he told me. I'm 45 and my knees are, he said the arthritis in my knees is worse than 50% of 80-year-olds that he sees. So there you go. That's what I live with on a day-to-day basis. And I still do 11,000 steps a day on average. I still manage to teach spin twice a week. I just push through it. But these viscous injections are hopefully going to lubricate the joint, lubricate the ligaments, the tendons and stuff, and just ease the pain. So I'm in less pain doing 11,000 steps a day, basically, and I'm in less pain after I've done my spin class. So it's pain management, really. And then he said, if you can get to 55, we'll do you a couple of new knees at 55. So that he said you can have new knees now if you really, really want them. But he said I wouldn't recommend it. I would try and continue with what you've got. So that's the line we're gonna go down. You know. Whoa, and you still move so much. Absolutely, because movement keeps the arthritis. Movement helps, right? A lot of people, when they're in pain, don't get me wrong, there's a difference between having an injury and just having a permanent mobility issue. And most people's mindset is when they're in pain, you know, I walk for 10 minutes, my back hurts, right? So I won't walk any more than 10 minutes. Mine's to walk 20 minutes. because your body adapts, your body strengthens. So the more you push your body, the more your body will repay you for it. Don't get me wrong, you've got to do that with a bit of balance, and you've got to do that with, you know, a little bit of understanding. And some days you'll have good days, and some days you'll have bad days, and this, that, and the other. But, you know, if I was sedentary now, my knee pain would be 10 times worse than what it is doing 11,000 steps a day, right? And when I first started moving more on my weight loss journey, I was in agony. I was in agony day to day, but it didn't stop me, right? In here, because I knew that the more I moved, the stronger, you know, I just knew my body was weak because I was lazy, right? And if you don't use it, you lose it. Right. And I was absolutely bang on from the start of my journey. It got easier. I've always been in pain walking for the last 10 years, you know. It's just, yeah, I've just always, you know, and you've just got to crack on with it. You know, you've just got to crack on with it. So yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm riddled with arthritis in my knees, but I move a lot. I try and do like mobility and stuff in the gym to strengthen my legs, to protect my knees. And it's just, you know, the way I live my life. You can choose to sit on your bum, or you can choose to just get on with it. And I just chose to get on with it, and I just get on with it. You know, I'm 45. I don't want to live like in you know, with the mindset that I can't do anything, right? And I never will. You know, just got to get on with it. You know, I notice your website is through Shopify. I'm just getting into web dev and would love to help you. Mark, I'll be absolutely honest with you. Thank you very much. That's a great offer. I can't really be for what I use my website for. I quite like being in control of it, and I've taught myself how to edit it all and change it all around and do that if I need to. And I am one of them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I've literally, like, my wife is a web developer. Like, my wife works for an independent social media marketing company. She can write my own web. She can do it all for me if she wants to. But she knows what I'm like. So thank you very much. And I do get messages all the time. Oh, would you like us to write your website? And I'm like, to be honest with you, if I wasn't going to be in charge of myself, I'd just get Rachel to do it. And she used to do bits and pieces of it. And she used to say to me, well, we can do your full custom, you know, we can sort that out for you. Even when she's gone back to work now, a web dev team there at work, she's a project manager there. She's like, I can just get, you know, Paresh, you'll write your website in 2 hours and I'll maintain it all for you if you don't want to use Shopify. I just can't. I just like doing my own thing. But thanks very much for the offer, mate. Thank you. Let me scan up, see what I've missed. Right, I'm going. I need to go actually because I've got to get stuck in some check-ins. Rachel's got a meeting at 1, so she wants to have lunch before then. Morning, absolutely love your podcast. I'm going to try and get a new one out this week. Right, I'm going to try and get a new one out this week, and I'll try and get. I've been all over the shop this week. I've actually got so much content that needs editing and uploading. I've got 2 recipes that I did before Christmas that I've still not uploaded and put on. I want to try and get back into the rhythm of weekly weight loss vlog Tuesday. Weekly weight loss vlogs from now on are going to be out on Tuesdays. Right? I think I always wanted them out on a Monday because it's the start of a new week. We'll talk about the previous week. But Mondays for me, I'll be honest with you, it's an admin catch-up day after the weekend. And I'm a bit lazy on a Monday. And I can be a bit lazy on a Monday. I work for myself a bit, and I'm like, I've sort of come into it with the mindset that on a Monday, like, what's the point in working for yourself and this, that, and the other if you can't, you know, everyone dreads Mondays. And I don't dread Mondays, but I'm just like, don't put yourself under too much, you know. I'm happy to graft my bum off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And Friday's my busiest day of the week. So I was like, why don't you make Monday a bit more of a quieter day? So a couple of lives on a Monday, admin day, might do a shopping vlog or something like that, which is dead easy to, because with a shopping vlog, they're so easy to edit. They literally, especially if I do a shopping haul vlog in the kitchen, because I don't need to edit it. I literally just trim the beginning, trim the end, put my label up, put my logo on, and just upload it because it's just me waffling on for 10, 15 minutes. Same with like podcasts. Podcasts are so easy to edit. I start talking and I finish talking. I just trim the beginning, trim the end, put my thing up and upload it. They're dead easy to do. Whereas like my weekly weight loss vlog is like, I've got to pin me calories, pin me steps, pin me exercise, pin me foods, do all this, go find out each time point to put all the bits and pieces in. So it's just easier to do it on upload it on a Tuesday. So weekly weight loss vlog Tuesday, recipe Wednesday, podcast Thursday or every other Thursday, and then worth of calories Friday. That's going to be, and then anything new that I do. So if I do a worth of calories like on the road, I'll just upload it as and when. There's no general rules that I can't do 2 YouTube videos in a day or anything like that. So anyway, next week I know I'm going to be a bit more. I've been a bit all over the place this week, but it's just getting back into it after Christmas, you know. Right, there we go. I'm out, guys. I am absolutely out of here. Right, I should be back tomorrow morning. Fingers crossed. Rachel is now 80% going to Cheshire Oaks, meeting some friends at Cheshire Oaks and doing a little bit of a shopping trip and this, that, and the other. It was about 50% on Wednesday due to the weather. It was 70% yesterday. It's at 80% now. Yeah, she's just, if a few of them cancel and then it just ends up that they all decide to put a better day. It was all down to the weather, really. But 2 people whose weather was really bad at the beginning of the week, like, no, we're still up for going. So I'm 80% at the moment. I should be on in the morning. So keep your eyes peeled. YouTube, not YouTube. I will not be YouTube Facebook in the morning because I'm going to be in the car on the gym car park before I go into my spin class. So it will just be on TikTok. So I'll just be on the old phone tomorrow morning. So if you are, if you don't follow me on TikTok, if you just follow me on YouTube or Facebook, make sure you follow me on TikTok. You're going to go on tomorrow morning's live. It'll be about 8-ish, 8:15, something like that. I'll be on till 9. If you're on Planner in the community, I'll broadcast it out, put it in the WhatsApp section anyway to tell you that I'm online. But anyone else, just keep your eyes peeled and hopefully I will see you in the morning. Guys, have a great Friday. If I don't see you in the morning, have an amazing weekend. Remember, you don't remember with your eyes, remember with your head. There's 7 days in a week, not 5. Right? 7 days in a week, not 5. Still, you can have a bit of food freedom up for your banks, a few calories through the week, bit of food freedom, track your calories, get your steps in, do your bits and pieces. And I will, if I don't see you in the morning, I will definitely see you Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Oh, TikTok. Sign off to you first. And then Facebook, YouTube, I will sign off to you second. Have a great weekend if I don't see you tomorrow.